My name is Atang Tshikare and I'm an illustrator and surface designer. They're very good because people actually realize what you're doing and how important it is, and you end up taking what you have and spreading it out there. For example, like just last year I was in Miami, and from that I've gotten interviews outside South Africa, so it actually shows how far you can actually take your work, and when people take you seriously and you get accolades like that, it actually gives you a bigger oomph and a way to just express yourself more without asking. Basically, I've realized that a lot of people want to do collaborations or commissions. So when I do Zabalazaa is when I take stuff that I'm not really in love with, or I know how to do, but they're not my personal projects. And then I work with a company, like I've worked with different uh, brands, let me put it that way, that I've actually said, okay, we want you to do ABC things for us, and that's how I do it. And then when I do work as Atang, I work by myself. Zabalazaa is more the the workhorse, and I'm the guy riding the horse. Personally, like I like to explore, but when I have to work with somebody else under the Zabalazaa, then it depends on what the person I'm meeting with. It's something that always has to have a challenge or has to have a new direction that I haven't taken, and that's how I ended up being able to work with like ceramicists and different people and that. So I never really have like a this is only what I can do. I like being creative, open-minded, and I basically I take imagination and logic, put them together, and see what the product is. Imbadu was an idea that we put together towards the end of last year, and we discovered that there's a lot of things that people who don't have art at school can't achieve. So we just got ourselves together and realized that we are all, I guess, well-known artists in our own ways, in our own rights. And for me, it was very good to actually see that coming out and having workshops, because usually when you see like design events, there isn't behind the scenes or this is how we make things work. So that was almost like the best part for me, where I get to show people how to actually do things because I've learned how to make things myself. I guess something like this is quite a good step, because with this, people want to know a bit more. And the more there is some sort of PR that actually shows what you're doing and how you do it, it ends up being out there. So for me, one of the things that I love is like how Imbadu came through, where we didn't just have a show where we showcase stuff, but we had a chance to actually show and teach people. I think the more we can start thinking like that, where we actually get a chance, whether it's support by government, whoever, that actually takes that into African continents, because all the shows that we have now are either in Europe or in America, and we never get a chance to go to the rest of Africa. Sheikh Diallo, Hamed Outara, Kehinde Wiley, guys like Pokey Heifer is one guy that I really admire. From Zabalazaa, what I'm doing is the project that I've started now is about between all my travels, I've seen that there's a lot of significant or historical or controversial buildings that are around the world. There's a lot of things that people don't know about where they live. So it's a project where I'm making like A3s, making prints, and with a bit of information about each city, so that people can actually know where they live and their surroundings and that. But I'm separating Zabalazaa and Atang even more now. So without saying too much, I'm going into sculpture, big stuff.